and welcome to the national news on Star Television, Channel 21. I am Yesi Ernest Halora. First, the headlines. The head of the joint AU COMESA Elections Observer Mission to the Kenya 2022 general elections, His Excellency Ernest Bai Koroma, has kick-started the election observation exercise.
Let me thank you most sincerely for making time to be part of this very important African exercise.
And Educate, a UK registered charity working in Sierra Leone for over 25 years, in partnership with partners of the Rockdale Foundation and the Ministry of Basic and Senior Secondary Education, have on Saturday, August 30th, 2022, hosted a learning workshop.
And they are not here, but the three that have been like the main ones are Rising Academies, National Youth Awareness Forum, NYAF, and Educate. So
those were headlines. Welcome back, and now for the news in detail. The head of the joint AU COMESA Elections Observer Mission to the Kenya 2022 general elections, His Excellency Ernest Bai Koroma, has kick-started the election observation exercise. The launch took place on Thursday, August 4th at the Kilimanjaro Second Hall at the Upper Hill Radisson Blu Hotel in Nairobi, with a call for a close working relationship with other international observers and a joint AU COMESA mission that will make valuable contributions in strengthening the democratization of Kenya and promoting peace, stability, and prosperity. Clayton Thomas reports.
The head of the joint AU COMESA Elections Observer Mission to the Kenya 2022 general elections, His Excellency Ernest Bai Koroma, has kick-started the election observation exercise. The launch took place Thursday at the Kilimanjaro Second Hall at the Upper Hill Radisson Blu Hotel in Nairobi. Speaking to the observers, former President Koroma said that no two countries were the same and that political and electoral contexts differ. He, however, maintains that the mandate of this joint African Union and the Common Market of East African State Authority (COMESA) election observer mission, as all other missions, remains the same: to make an independent, objective and impartial assessment of the electoral process in accordance with the provisions of the international standards and principles governing the organizations have committed to. He therefore drew the attention of the observers to the 2007 African Charter on Democracy, Elections and Governance, the 2012 OAU Declaration of Principles Governing Democratic Elections in Africa, and the guidelines on the conduct of COMESA election observer missions. President Koroma also entreated the observers to measure these elections against the Constitution and electoral laws of Kenya.
To the joint African Union COMESA Election Observation Mission to the Republic of Kenya, let me thank you most sincerely for making time to be part of this very important African exercise. Many of you might have previously observed elections in your own country or in other countries. But as you have noted, no two elections are the same. The political and electoral complexities vary as with the observer. However, the mandate of this joint African Union and COMESA election observers mission is to make an independent, objective and impartial assessment of the electoral process in accordance with the provisions of the international standards and the principles that our two organizations have committed to. These are the 2007 African Charter on Democracy, Elections and Good Governance, and the 2012 OAU Declaration of Principles on Governance, good governance, democracy, and elections in Africa, and guides on the conduct of COMESA election observation missions. We should also measure these elections against the electoral laws.
Over the past few years, the observation methodologies used by both the African Union and COMESA have improved considerably. This has led to greater credibility to their work in election observation missions. The expectation, therefore, is that part of these improvements will impact positively on the mission's technical team in objectively capturing and analyzing the information observers sent in from the field on election day. This is critical because such data will then form part of the overall assessment of the August 9 elections. Thus, as he officially launches the joint AU-COMESA election observer mission to the Kenya 9th August 2022 general elections, and as they prepare for deployment Saturday, the head of mission wished the observers well. For Star News, Clayton Thomas reporting.
Educate, a UK-registered charity working in Sierra Leone for over 25 years and runs an educational network of free schools that trains teachers, works on gender equality and improves community resilience in partnership with partners of the Rockdale Foundation and the Ministry of Basic and Senior Secondary Education, have on Saturday hosted a learning workshop to evaluate their collaboration on education innovation challenges at the Atlantic Lumley Hotel in Freetown. Let's have the details of the story.
When giving a brief overview of the workshop, the country director, EduAid Sierra Leone, Marion Mason Cisse, noted that the collaboration with the 5 service providers selected some 3 years ago by the Ministry of Basic and Senior Secondary Education to respond to call for the Education Innovation Challenge for schools across specific districts. She maintained that the learning workshop was to avail each service provider learning opportunities for each other. The approach used in their respective educational interventions that often produces results as well as building the synergy influence positive teaching and learning outcomes.
So we're here today. It's a collaboration endeavor. 5 service providers were selected 3 years ago to respond to a call called the Education Innovation Challenge to see what works in school improvement in Sierra Leone. And so we have been working for the last 3 years in the schools that the government allocated to us across the country. The service providers, SAFE, the children did not finish, and World Vision did not finish, and they are not here. But the 3 that have been like the main ones are Rising Academies, National Youth Awareness Forum, NYAF, and Educate. So each year, Educate has hosted a learning workshop that brings us together to really make it clear. This isn't about a competition. This is about collaborating to see what works best for the children of Sierra Leone. So we are learning from each other about what each service provider has included, what each service provider has learnt, about what works, about what you need to include in a meaningful intervention to get school improvement, to get improved student learning outcomes, to get improved attendance, to get improved gender equality, improved school leadership, and so on.
Augustine Eluguma Sandi, National Coordinator, National Youth Awareness Forum, stated that during the joint monitor of schools, they were able to build effective record management system in these schools, achieving effective management and leadership in these schools, building cordial relationship between school authorities and parents. The National Coordinator emphasized the need for effective capacity building for teachers.
Looking at the distance education scholarship, we sponsored 30. Initially we started with 30, but in year 2 we lost 2 by death, so we ended up with 28, and they are coming to sit the final year examination they refer to as the NCT grade, so that they will be awarded their TC certificate. So these are the programs we are doing. And we are also having a school-based cluster meetings. Those cluster meetings, we organize them to help the weaker teachers within the schools, and that one is purely for the community teachers. You know, when we are operating with these schools, we find out that some teachers cannot prepare registers very well. Even to prepare their lesson note is a difficult thing. And teaching following the 5 lesson step also was another challenge. So what we did was that we organized a cluster meeting wherein we identify the smart teachers. They will come and demonstrate for the other weaker teachers to follow the trend in terms of classroom teaching and management. That is what we have been doing over the past 3 years. And looking at our relationship, again, is another very good area, working in collaboration with the district education stakeholders, because mark you, the education services we are delivering, we are complementing the efforts of the Ministry of Education, the Teaching Service Commission, and that of the Council. So we are also working with them to make sure we enhance whatever activities they are supposed to do. We are working in that line, and whatever we get or maybe we encounter in the field, we are to come back to them and give them updates.
The Deputy Minister of Basic and Senior Secondary Education, Emily Gogra, commended the efforts of the service provider that traverse different districts to help in areas of education innovation challenge, noting that it's the intention and ready action of the ministry to first off broaden the capacity of teachers through the Teaching Service Commission that works in every district to bring along the teachers in different methodology and classroom approach. She noted some of the challenges meted out towards this initiative, but noted that the government will by the end of 2022 recruit more than 1,200 teachers before the end of September.
Me, as I don't listen, then I don't see some of the operational areas. We really satisfied with waiting them do. Though the challenges and I then challenges we can't see this now just like a review for can see the good things they don't do. Then the challenges now you see during the activity, everybody is involved. You were able for go teach, you were able for go cancel. And at this we call community effort, combined effort, collaboration, where we all they come together to promote education at the various areas where we did, for let we show the essential part, not for criticize no more, but talk something, then find a positive way of solving that challenge.
For Star TV News in Freetown, Alfred Barry reporting.
Well, viewers, if you've just joined us, this is the national news on Star Television, Channel 21. The Chief Executive, National Public Procurement Authority, Ibrahim Brahmaswari, has said his foundation's quiz and debate competitions held across the country, including summer school, are meant to complement President Bio's free quality education as part of his government's flagship project. He made a statement at the official launch of the annual summer school for pupils at the Methodist Primary School in Kenema on the theme, My Education, My Priority. Let's have the details of the story.
On Monday, 1st August 2022, the National Public Procurement Authority Chief launched the second edition of the widely known Free Summer School, organized by a foundation named after him, Ibrahim Brahmaswari, targeting primary, secondary and junior secondary schools in the municipality of Kenema District, Eastern Sierra Leone. The summer school is hosted at the Methodist Primary and Secondary Schools, College Secondary School and the Methodist Girls High Secondary School in Farmer Town from the 1st August to the 1st September 2022. In his keynote speech, Chief Ibrahim Brahmaswari said, the pupils will remember His Excellency President Dr. Julius Maada Bio in decades to come for the free quality school education program introduced on August 20, 2018. He explained that President Bio is investing billions of leones into the education of the country's young generation, which he said is the most country, including the free summer schools, etc., are complements of the President's flagship program. The the National Public Procurement Authority boss emphasized that the human mind is the fundamental resource any nation will rely on to get its potential. His foundation objective is to exacerbate nationwide support for free quality education in pre-primary, primary and secondary schools as well as tertiary education. The goal of my boss, mentor and president is that all children will be able to complete basic education and be prepared to move on to pursue higher education or training as appropriate for citizens' development. Mr. Soare urged pupils to pay more attention to their schoolwork and make use of the free quality education offered by President Bio's New Direction government. He said the president chose the free quality education and human capital development as the best priorities because the citizens are the most important assets to the country, adding that investing in education is the best way of making people meaningful in the society. He said, "My foundation chooses to empower the children of this country to be beneficial to their communities, society, and the globe at large. My foundation wants the best of you, and we want to help President Bio in giving you the required skills to be competitive," he noted. He concluded that his foundation is there to nurture, protect, advocate, and encourage them to concentrate on their studies. He appealed to all eligible voters to come out and register from the 3rd September to the 4th October 2022 and re-elect President Julius Maada Bio next year. I am encouraging all parents and guardians to kindly avail themselves during the upcoming voter registration exercise from the 3rd September to the 4th October 2022. He appealed.
School in my primary school, that is one of the biggest achievements I think I can have as a person. Few years ago, Kenema particularly decided to support His Excellency the President to become President of this country. Among all other intimidations, Kenema decided to remain pauper, and Kenema decided to stay with Maada Bio till he becomes President. And Maada Bio, in his dreams, thought it fit that if I want Sierra Leone to change, and if I want Sierra Leone to move to the trajectory that will help all of us, we should provide free quality education for every kid, irrespective of age, sex, or being rich or poor. That was one of his major campaign matters in his 2018. And when he became president, one of the first things he ensured that we have as a country was to have free quality education.
I'm here today for the free summer school which was provided to us by His Excellency Maada Bio, and we've even received books and pen which we are very fortunate and grateful about. And I can say this will really help us, especially the poor and those who can't afford to pay fees, because it's a free school and it will enhance us to study.
It was a pilot phase, and after the process, after the exercise, we came to know that we deprived, or some communities we are deprived due to the proximity of the center that we hosted the summer school last year. So the sponsor and the founder and president of the foundation, who is the chief executive and president, Chief Ibrahim Bramaswari, deemed it prudent to have an extension of the centers. So this year, we are catering for 3 centers, primary school included.
We're happy for the free quality education we brought about established in this part of the country. Really, the summer school, you don't want to be a salon for nothing, so really the plans will say for you, we're happy as parents, so we put her under the education we go fast for it.
For Star TV News, compiled by Abdurrahman Kamara, read in the studio by Hassanatu Kamara.
Well, viewers, that's all we have for you today's edition of the National News on Star Television, Channel 21. I am your Ernest Howard. Thanks for watching and have a nice weekend.